thrusters that's called approach 1, and that'll move Dragon from right in front of the docking axis 220 meters away and start moving in, closing in to waypoint 2, just 20 meters away from the docking axis. Of course, they'll be monitoring along the way.
We did hear the Corps mention that they are going to have a checkpoint to make sure that there isn't too much sunlight on the space station, which will prevent Dragon from docking. If that does happen, Dragon will autonomously back out and wait until the sunlight has cleared to ensure a good docking with the space station. Because this is all autonomous, it uses some visual cameras to align with the docking port. So it's really important that we don't have that sunlight getting in the way.
Sections over on the big loop, sound check.
SpaceX has you loud and clear on the big loop. Helm me.
Very loud and clear. Your last call, we copied most of it, but you cut out towards the end there. I'm not sure if there's anything important for us.
Copy. I'm going to repeat the end of the call. We did have a TDRS handover. Just for awareness, following the lighting assessment, if we continue but sunlight results in a loss of the Dragon Eye geofilters, Dragon Eye will autonomously retreat back to waypoint 1, still on closed loop control using the time of flight filters. How copy?
Okay, we copied all. Thank you very much for repeating.
No problem, Shane. And for awareness, the C2V2 link reconfiguration has been completed.
Copy, C2V2 complete.
It's reiterated that they will be checking to make sure that the sunlight is not in the way of the visual systems between Dragon and the space station. If that does happen, Dragon will autonomously retract and wait until we do get some good visual views for these systems to dock with each other. So
that's right. Crew Dragon resilience actually coming into view a little bit clearer now from the.
All right, so okay, I'm live, right? Okay, good. I was holding audio until for the call outs, just so you guys could hear. But anyways, hello there, everyone. This is Puzzle Plate. We're here to watch the docking of the Crew Dragon Endeavor today. So it has just passed waypoint 1 and is on its way to the International Space Station, and it is closing in. It is, if I recall correctly, within the keep out zone. So we're getting closer and closer to it. I probably will not be doing hatch opening because it's already very late, and yeah, I kind of need some sleep tonight. So let's keep listening in, shall we?
Tail on Dragon. Again, those 4 bulkhead thrusters. You could almost read the logo, the Dragon logo on the side of the vehicle.
That's right. We'll get even better views as it makes its way even closer to make contact and capture with the space station.
There it is.
Yeah, based on the trajectory here, we may even anticipate a capture a little bit earlier than anticipating. We were looking at about 2:10 a.m. Pacific time. It might be at maybe closer to 2:07 p.m.
Well, they're ahead on schedule, so that's a good sign. The other thing you might have noticed is they are back in their IBA uniforms. Before when they were in the cruise phase, they were outside of their suits, and now that, you know, obviously with the docking procedure, you have your IVA suit on in the case of any emergency, and before they dock, they will put down the helmets, I think. Yeah.
The features of the space station coming into view very clearly.
Isn't it so beautiful?
Yeah, you can see a lot of the detail there, and as you mentioned, amazing. The Crew 1 Dragon.
SpaceX station on the big loop. Procedure review complete, ready for docking.
Houston copies.
All right. So
that was confirmation from Victor Glover aboard the International Space Station from the space station side. He is go for docking. The soft capture ring itself is fully extended.
Big hype. Yes, big hype indeed.
We're 115 meters in closing.
To have 2 Crew Dragons, you know, hooked up to the International Space Station at the same time, man. What a time. I mean, it's really, really busy on the ISS.
Looking at your screen, the port that we are going to be docking with is directly in the middle of the screen, that circular area on the International Space Station.
Now, I believe it's a, now that I'm thinking about it with the solar panels, I believe they're gonna, I don't think this Dragon has it, but the next cargo will. They have some new expandable
Station
ones coming.
Houston on 2 for Ike. Report regarding SSC 17 and D2DM. We are seeing some strange configurations on the video, and we would like to close and restart that. We can take care of that from the ground if you would like.
Strange configurations? What, on the ISS or the Dragon?
Absolutely. If you're seeing nominal, that works for us.
Okay, so Victor Glover aboard the station still has...
And Dragon, SpaceX, soft capture ring extension is complete. Additionally, we did beat the sunlight for the Dragon eye filters, so we are not going to command a hold.
Cool. So that means they do not have to hold. Oh. They do not have to hold for the Dragon eye filters.
All right, so that's great news. We passed the 110-meter checkpoint that the ground operators were referencing, making sure the sun wasn't interfering with the optical sensors, the Dragon eye, that are part of the guidance and navigation and control system aboard Dragon. We passed that check mark. We're good to go. We beat the sun there. So we're now inside 80 meters and closing. Dragon will pause at 20 meters. That's designated as waypoint 2 to conduct a go, no-go poll for the readiness on both the Dragon side and the International Space Station side, making sure everyone is good for docking. If we are go, we expect to dock during this pass over an orbital daytime.
Better transitions.
Expected in less than 20 minutes.
Yep. Less than 20 minutes from now. I believe they just said that they're good to go for docking it a little earlier, where they were expecting to be docking at, they said 2 a.m.
Some of the features there, you can see a lot of the visiting vehicles on board station at the bottom. Is a Russian Soyuz vehicle that delivered crew to the International Space Station. Just in front of that, or actually above that, is the Crew Dragon Resilience, docked to the Zenith port. Once Crew Dragon Endeavour arrives, there will be 2 Crew Dragons attached to the space station.
There's going to be a lot of changes coming in the next year for the ISS.
In this view from Crew Dragon looking at the International Space Station, it looks like it's this very slow and steady movement, but in reality, they're moving at 17,500 miles per hour.
The rendezvous apparitions are absolutely incredible.
Faster than a speeding
You can
bullet.
sort of see the Northrop Grumman
Yeah,
Cygnus
so
cargo
slow.
craft as well. Some of the ultraflex solar arrays coming into view a little bit clearly.
Yeah. It just astounds me the contrast between like the International Space Station
and you can see
and,
that
like, the
Crew
SpaceX
1
capsule.
Dragon vehicle
Crew,
on the top of your
You can see
screen.
resilience there.
Once Crew 2 docks to the International Space Station, we will have 2 Crew Dragons docked at the same time for the first time.
Hey,
That view
so
right there
awesome.
was truly a representation truly of an international cooperation there. The U.S.-built Node 2 is where the Dragon will be docking today.
Ooh.
It was flanked by the European Columbus module and the Japanese
SpaceX
gem.
Endeavour on the big loop, visors down.
Now, is that the in view right now? Is
SpaceX
that the
copies.
Columbus
Visors are down.
module?
We may enter into a hold at waypoint 2. We are still awaiting ground go for final approach.
Here we go. Comes the go, no go, I think. As we come into waypoint
Endeavour
2.
copies.
Now, one thing that I just realized is, and I think I'm correct, that on this module in front of us right now, there's that circle
This
thing on
camera
the side.
view is pretty
Up
incredible.
and up. There
Here
we go.
from the International Space Station,
Imagine being the camera operator.
watching
That
Crew
must be so
Dragon
cool.
as it is slowly approaching.
Oh, and there goes that circular thing I was going to talk about. I think that's the grappling bit for like the Canada arm. Kind of cool. Oh, there we go.
And as expected, Dragon holding at waypoint 2.
Yep. Dragon's now in a holding pattern.
It's at about 20 meters right in front of the docking axis.
If we're lucky and the cameraman gets the exposure right, we can actually see the maneuvering thrusters make their move on. Or like the pups of what are they called? Like the thrusters.
And if you're just now joining us, we are just waiting for a
Well, I think that they
confirmation
create
for
sunlight.
go for docking. Currently holding Dragon at waypoint 2. And again, it looks like Dragon is just paused and not even
Just like
moving,
that.
but again, as we just mentioned, both the space station and Crew Dragon are actually moving at approximately 17,500 miles per hour. So it's pretty incredible how it can hold these speeds so that it looks like they are just completely paused.
I mean, relatively speaking, to
That's right.
the ISS,
Teams on the
it
ground,
stopped.
both from the station side,
You
the
wanna
Mission
put it
Control
that way,
Houston
but
and
yeah,
Mission
both
Control
objects are
Hawthorne,
moving
just checking
faster
and
than a
verifying all
bullet.
systems are go to proceed with docking.
Just moving around
And
the Earth
when we
so
do
fast that you
begin
don't fall.
docking, there will be 2 portions of this. There will be a soft capture followed by a hard capture.
Yep.
The soft capture will be a soft capture ring that basically just connects the Crew Dragon to the space station to enable
almost look
the
like
hard capture, which will be 12 hooks that will attach Dragon to the station.
It almost looks as if it's just like this is computer generated here, doesn't it? But that's all real. Oh, so crazy.
Again, we're standing by the International Space Station, flying over the Indian Ocean now, just south of the Indian border. It's heading on a southeasterly course, just south of Australia, and should cross over the Terminator line into the Pacific Ocean. into an orbital nighttime.
Yeah.
The expectation is for Dragon to depart here from waypoint 2 and proceed on with docking ahead of orbital nighttime to beat the sun.
Probably because of the image details are so crisp. Yeah, it is very crisp. Looks very, very nice. But yeah, as I was saying before, the contrast between like the normal bits of, I guess you could almost say it's like streamlined versus, you know, a very,
you can see
like,
this camera moving
rudimentary,
around. Again, this is controlled from the ground from Mission Control Houston.
The like very
They're maneuvering this camera around, like, so we can
shapes of
get
the
a more
ISS
detailed
and
view
whatnot. They're
of
more
the
I don't want to say
Crew
that the
Dragon
Dragon's not
Endeavour
practical,
patiently
but it's just
waiting,
so streamlined looking,
docking
you know?
to the International Space Station.
Dragon on its second flight,
Like that, but it just
about
it
to
looks
dock
so
to the
beautiful.
forward end of the International Space Station for the second time.
And Station and Endeavour on the big loop. Ike, we are not able to recover that video for the D2DM, so you can close that window, and we should be ready to press into final approach shortly.
Does that mean we don't get Dragon Eye
Station copies.
footage? Bummer.
You did hear that call out speak out to Ike. Ike is actually referring to Victor Glover. That is just his nickname.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop. Ground is now go for final approach. Upon confirmation of crew readiness for final approach, we will enable the approach. Please confirm crew readiness, and a reminder, once Dragon is inside the crew hands-off point, retreat and breakout are no longer permitted.
Crew is ready for final approach.
So yeah, the breakout basically means pilots or everyone's hands off. So once that gets started and into motion,
And got
then,
some good
you know what?
words that the crew is ready for the docking to the International Space Station. They no longer will have control of any aborts. If there is an abort needed, it will have to be done by the Dragon autonomously.
Station Houston on the big loop. Monitor per steps 3 and 4 and 1.104.
Station copy.
So this is all autonomous. No human interaction whatsoever. Unless someone was to, you know, either in mission control or something was to hit the abort button, and then Dragon would go back to either
Again, we are
back to waypoint
now moving
2
into the CHOP,
or waypoint 1.
which is the crew hands-off point. As I was mentioning earlier, if there is an abort, it will need to be done autonomously by Dragon.
All right, and we did get confirmation. Approach 2 has been initiated. So Dragon now making its way inside the 20-meter hold point at about 18 meters and closing. Final approach of Endeavour to dock with the International Space Station has started. Docking expected in about 3.5 minutes from now.
Thrusters. There we go. Slowly coming in. I don't think we're gonna get any footage from the Dragon Eye itself. Oh well. Slowly moving in there. Well, actually, it's compared to other ships, it feels like it's moving a lot.
You can see on your screen
quicker.
as Crew Dragon slowly approaches towards that port for docking.
Maybe it's because it's not the behemoth
That's right, we're 13
space
meters and
shuttle
closing,
was.
making a slow and methodical approach to the docking port. That's on the forward end of the International Space Station, that international docking adapter where Crew Dragon Endeavour has docked once before.
Everything seems to be going very smooth.
Copy, 10 meters.
What that call out was Crew Dragon is just 10 meters away from the International Space Station as it continues its approach for docking.
Ooh.
Again, docking will occur in 2 phases. There will be a soft capture followed by a hard capture. And what that hard capture means is 12 physical hooks will connect the Dragon to the space station.
Great views. Dragon just 6 meters away as the station and Dragon fly in tandem 263 statute miles over the South Indian Ocean in the background.
5 meters.
We're 5 meters and closing.
Copy, 5 meters.
Meters. Getting really close now.
You can really start to see the detail on Dragon there as it is closing in on docking.
That's right, 2.5 meters, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Crew hands off point was called out.
Yep, so like I said, crew hands off. Everyone, no one is touching anything. It's all on its own. That's a bummer we never got any, I guess they had an issue with the, streaming the Dragon, eye. Oh. Get soft capture?
Dragon,
Hello?
SpaceX on the big loop, soft capture confirmed.
How's it going, Theo?
Copy, soft capture confirmed.
Oh, that's
Great
call out.
news
Soft
with that
capture
call
confirmed.
out. That soft capture is confirmed.
That's right, that soft
Unfortunately,
capture
at least
time,
the SpaceX
2:08
side, we didn't get,
a.m. Pacific time,
the Dragon
4:08
eye.
a.m. Eastern. The station and Dragon connected 264 statute miles over the South Indian Ocean. Endeavour connected to International Space Station for the 2nd time.
And there are still a few steps to complete before Dragon is securely attached.
Dragon, SpaceX on the big loop,
I
soft
think
capture
I
ring
fixed my,
retraction in progress.
streaming problems. Okay, so yep, soft capture's complete, and
That's
we're
good.
just
The
waiting
ring
for the
retraction
call out
is
of
happening.
capture. Right now,
Ring
it's
retraction
just
happening
bringing
as
the
expected.
ring in.
And after the ring retracts, 12 hooks will latch, 6 at a time, to perform a hard capture, and will officially mate Dragon to the International Space Station.
Yeah, though I felt I needed to, I needed to stream the docking to redeem myself. It's way low compared to comms. You can barely make you out. Okay, hold on.
Currently making progress on hard capture.
There we go. How about now? All right, sorry about that. But yeah, as I was saying, I kind of I felt like I needed to redeem myself after the thing, so that's why I'm streaming the docking. Kat's a bit was a bit tired, and Danny I don't know. I think Danny had other things to do today, so that's why I'm doing this. But yeah. All right. So we're just waiting for the capture of the hard capture call out, and then after that they'll do some leak checks and all sorts of other things to get ready. It'll probably be like an hour, hour and a half.
Capture ring retraction does take some time. It is continuing at its anticipated speed.
You gold.
Good.
I'm always down for space content. Heck yes. Thank you.
In a series of steps to officially mate Dragon to the station.
It's very rare that I can actually like stream space, I guess, like streams like this and what have you, because of my job. You know, maybe during the summer I'll be able to do more, but you know, usually if it's during the weekday, it's just like, nope, can't do it. But when it's on like a weekend like this, oh heck yes. Okay, so yeah, I swear, SpaceX is making like the only thing is like SpaceX is making, gosh, this so like I don't want to say like boring. No, it's always exciting, but they're making it seem so rudimentary and redundant, or not redundant. But yeah, when you can, you can. You know, you legit have the market corner. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, Danny, Cat, and I.
Anticipating proceeding with the hard capture sequence, where 12 hooks will drive
Undramatic. There you go. Yeah.
Dragon with the International Space Station's international docking adapter at the forward port. Crew Dragon Endeavour docked to that forward port for the second time.
Dragon SpaceX on the big loop. Ring retraction is complete. Docking sequence is holding for MCS reconfiguration.
All right. So yep, they're just going through the. Oh. So yeah, just like I said, they're going through the whole ring retraction phase where they bring the ISS and Crew Dragon together closer. And this is the second time that this capsule has docked with this port, which is amazing, actually. I'm always surprised it was SpaceX that cowboyed up and not someone like Kawasaki. Yeah, it is surprising how like SpaceX just went from this, you know, dream of Elon Musk to send people, you know, it almost at times seemed like a pipe dream, you know, that nearly failed. And now look at them, they're sending people to the ISS.
Station copies.
Like SpaceX was one rocket failure away from bankruptcy. And now look where they are.
Latch between Dragon and the space station, 6 hooks at a time. This will take a few minutes to complete.
So, like I said, they're doing the ring retraction and they're gonna do the locks for docking. Really, Kawasaki? I never thought of them about like the biggest producer of trains, cargo ships, and stuff. I thought that was like Mitsubishi. Yeah, nope. SpaceX takes it. Also, SpaceX beat out Boeing as well. Like, one of the reasons Starliner has been delayed so much is because of SpaceX. And oh hey, we literally don't have any docking adapters right now because SpaceX is taking them all.
South of Australia, about to head over the South Pacific Ocean.
That's a low bar. Boeing forgot how to make a 737. That's very true. It wasn't so much that they forgot how to make the 737, but I attribute like the 737's Max's failure more or less to like software gremlins, and that they tried to make, obviously making the 737 and a little, slightly bigger and bigger and bigger was a good idea for like the airlines, but the thing is that I feel like they tried to reinvent the wheel with certain things on that thing. Then again, this is an outsider's perspective looking in. That whole debacle was a and then the failure of Starliner to make it to orbit because because a lot of their, systems were broken. Yeah. I mean, it just, yeah. That makes me, like, when I saw that Starliner failed to make it because of a software bug, I was like, Boeing, just do you guys need to do something. Like, fire your software engineers or something, man, because this is like the second major software failure. Maybe it's just a fluke. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, let me read this. Failed because price maximization and hubris had overcome good engineering. Very true. Very true. I think you're right with that. Because they think that they're on top of the world, And then delays. It feels systemic. Yeah, it is. But knowing Boeing, they'll get into a rut and then they'll come out of it eventually. Just like they did with when what the heck was it called? Like they did with the 740, like how the 747 got them out of bankruptcy. The F-23, the 737 MAX, Starliner, etc. Yeah, it seems like they're going through a string of just bad decisions. Oh, and the YF-23. Oh, yep. So they're talking about how the pins are going in, and for the hard capture. Hey, setup. I'm kind of bummed out we didn't get any Dragon Eye. Software engineers do not understand how flight systems should work. Pilots and systems architectures do, and the chief engineer was overruled in order to raise stock prices. Figures. Listening to the shareholders, All right, so they are officially mated. Oh. Yeah, I think we're going into a... Yep, so inside the vestibule they are... Oh, cool. Hold on. Call outs.
Thanks, Shannon. We're glad to be here. We'll see you all in a few minutes.
International Space Station Commander Shannon Walker welcoming the crew. Now Crew 2 officially made it to the International Space Station. Again, it's going to be some time until they come in.
Eventually we will get a feed inside the ISS. I think we will see the passengers arriving. They need first things first though. They need to pressurize the vestibule, so that's between like the what is it Harmony? I think it's the Harmony module and and the the dragon. And then they'll do pressure checks to make sure that, you know, there's no leaks or anything like that, and they should be good. That's a culture problem. Somebody needs to shut up and reread How to Shut Up When the Intelligent People Are Talking 101. But yeah. So yeah. They're going to go through the umbilical, or they're going to send the power through the umbilical. Hold on, I need to do something real quick. So yeah, they'll get the vestibule repressurized. They'll send power through the umbilical, do their final checks, and then they will be ready to open the hatch. That probably won't be for another half hour, depending on how long it takes. So. The finance people are allowed to make... Yeah, okay, I already read that. Oh yeah, I didn't read that. Yeah, don't let bean counters make decisions. Best dramatization of this is in Aliens. Oh yes. That's one of those story types that I really enjoy hearing. Is oh wait, small update. They're gonna start they're gonna get out of their suits and they're gonna be getting ready to arrive. So, but yeah, it'll be some time before that. But anyways, this is a very interesting conversation about you know, speaking of aliens and whatnot. That's one of my favorite like story types. Is the stupidly corrupt and morally bankrupt what are they called, like mega corporations that are just like ethics, what are those? You're a number in our system, we don't care. And you know, like especially in like space stories, like the more comedic they are, the the more interested I am. Like what's that one game called? Like there's one that's out there called Void Bastards, where you literally are playing as it's a roguelike and you're playing as a convict for a mega corporation, and your whole thing is to like find items out in space, and they'll reduce your sentence if you comply, and then if you die, oh well we'll just rehydrate a new person. But yeah. It's easy to be cruel when humans are reduced to abstractions. Very true. When you dehumanize people, it's very easy to, you know, just think of them as just cattle. I hate to make it sound like that, but you know. And then that's when you get like the hero desk jockey person who's just like, "Oh hey, or who just kind of like says screw you system, and you know, like something like the Outer Worlds, where it's just like, yeah, screw the system, I'm gonna be my, you know, a rogue adventurer or something like that. I'm trying to think of another game or story like that has that kind of a thing. Mid art, the integral sleeve slash glove with the mid arm cutout is very novel. Oh yes, on the spacesuits, yeah, it's so cool. Like I was saying in the last stream, they literally got a costume, like a costume designer who did the work for Marvel Studios to do it. Oh gosh. Just elements to be plugged into a model, a quantity that can be mitigated with enough money and the right plan. Very true. And I also feel that too, because I've been in jobs where you are the oh, what is it called? Where you're just the number in the system. Like you're unimportant. Your job can be easily replaced. But like when you have a skill set and you feel that you're like in a good place, it makes you feel really good. Like you're needed. That's my main drive in my profession, at least. You know, I think that's what makes those mega corporation stories so interesting. Because the hero usually like perseveres or pushes through the corporate monotony and kind of paves their own path. Also, they're just really it's really funny to have that kind of dark comedy as well. I'm a machinist by trade. I get to see what engineers want versus what accounting wants every day. Oh, geez, I can only imagine. Let's just say I know someone who works as a sales representative for like he sells cable solutions and whatnot, and his background's full on engineer, so he like understands what the engineers want, and versus what accounting wants also, in a company, and it drives him crazy. But yeah. Seriously, I'm gonna pull something up real quick. Okay. Oh, so yeah, they're using the comms through dragon now instead of their suits. So yeah, they're doffing their suits. Yeah, like doffing armor. Here, I'll put back to safety and culture in space. Normal accidents, living with high risk and technologies versus is worth a read. And no longer $250 a copy. What? For a book? Dang. I mean, over the years, that's another thing is like with NASA's safety culture, they've really come a long way from the ISS day or the STS days, which in my opinion, as much as like as a growing up on the moon, watching the Earthlings do their thing, the space shuttle was I liked the space shuttle, but as like an adult, I guess you could say it's like I see it as like a screaming metal, or I see it for what it was. It was kind of a bit of a screaming metal death trap. Screaming metal death, like there was no abort system. Like, and you had two SRBs strapped to the side of that thing, strapped to this giant fuel tank. It's like, oh. I mean, yeah, sure, it was integral in building the International Space Station, but jeez. And also Hubble Space Telescope. And compromised, most complicated machine ever, and compromised in every way. Very true. Very true. Yeah, it was. Ooh. I mean, I think personally, I don't know. Personally, I think that like no, like if it has solid rocket boosters, it should not be rated for human space flight. Compromise. We were talking about the space shuttle. Because let's say it was. It's not this obviously given its track record. It was not the safest. It wasn't the safest in the world. Yeah. All right, so yeah, the umbilical cord has been extended. So let the ISS, or the Dragon, is now getting power from the ISS. It was the budget option. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like NASA had a huge budget back in the Apollo days because because they were racing to get to the moon. They want to see the no wait no they didn't want to see the moon buddies. They were trying to beat the Russians, wasn't it? But yeah, then once the space race was over, it was like, oh hey, we made it to the moon. Okay, we're good now. Let's just cut NASA's budget and and so that's the other thing though. The space shuttle was not the budget option at all. Like, it was so much more expensive than it, turned out to be. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Artemis. But, I mean, Artemis uses legacy hardware anyways. Though, by compromise, Buran had a 100% safety record. Yes, it did. Yes, Buran had a better safety record. But how many flights did Buran have? And if we want to compare apples to oranges, Soyuz would probably be better. The shuttle in its genesis had to compete with the U.S. Air Force program, which was supposed to put up military hardware for colorful pebbles and Star Wars. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they like were gonna work in tandem with NASA to have like even their own U.S. Air Force space shuttle, but then that never really came to fruition. And then we kind of got the X-37, or they got the X-37, which is still flying up there somewhere. I don't know where it went, but it's up there. So, and and then the U.S. Air Force realized, capturing satellites, nah. Why do all that stuff when you can literally just send up a Delta IV Heavy and for your spy satellites? Oh. The U.S. Air Force Space Shuttle gun still exists apparently in Northrop's secret museum. Huh? You have a secret museum? That's kind of cool. So they just said, yeah, this is the first time 2 Crew Dragons have been docked to the station. So, it's big. It's their, it's a crew shift change. I knew it was for Skunkworks figures. Imagine working for Skunkworks and it's just like, you never saw this. You walk through it and someone just taps you on the shoulder. It's like, you've never seen this. You don't know about this. This doesn't exist. Skunkworks. Good old Skunkworks. All right, but yeah, we're getting closer and closer. I might call it a night soon. Oh. Also, this is really a cool moment. I'm like, we're getting another JAXA astronaut. We're getting an ESA, another ESA astronaut. So, well, they're getting one. But yeah, this is a really great time for like the International Space Station. It's so I'm just impressed at how busy it is now. And all it took was a new, an actual new capsule to go there. It only took what you humans only like what 10 years to develop it. Something like that? What country do you think deserves an a dragon ride next? I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, you've got Jack's, or it really depends on who the ESA wants to throw up next. I think maybe the CSA, the Canadian Space Agency, might send someone. Who knows? Maybe the Canadians. But I think, oh, who was it? Was it Axiom who had one of those commercial flights? They had a ticket on a well, not a quote unquote seat on a Soyuz, and they traded it with NASA because NASA had a astronaut that was like fully trained for the Soyuz already, and so they essentially gave Axiom Space a seat on a I have to look that article up, but I think they gave one to or a seat on Dragon to Axiom, or one of those space tourism companies. It's so funny though. If I'm wrong and someone knows I'm wrong, please don't be afraid to correct me on that one. Can you imagine that though? You're an astronaut and you're like, oh boy, I can't wait to get into space. It's like you're taking Soyuz and you're just like, okay, I guess. I mean, at least it's only like 6 hours, 3 to 6 hours up there. Get up there. South Korea been up yet? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm not sure if they're in the I have to check to see if they're in like the partnership program. Do they have a space agency? I'm sorry, I don't know too much about South Korea.
Victor Glover can work to manually pressurize the vestibule. And we just heard from here in Mission Control Hawthorne that the crew on board Dragon Endeavour will be able to monitor the vestibule pressurization on their displays from the side of the Crew Dragon.
What does that say? Maybe? Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. That reminds me, there was some, wasn't there like an African, there was like a country in Africa where they actually were like, they had like a space program, but the space program was just just like it almost seemed like a parody of one, but like they were actually trying, you know? They just didn't have like the budget or anything to actually get any like real equipment for a space agency. So it was like it was like putting people in barrels and tossing, you know, spinning them around.
You're getting a live look at both of the flight control rooms.
All right, so right here we got Hawthorne and Houston.
Houston copies 0938.
Well, South African wanted one, and they were very serious about getting it started in the 80s. Ah, okay, yeah. But I'm talking about, this is one of those, like, third world countries. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, right here we've got Hawthorne and Houston. We don't have any pictures yet from the any video from the ISS or Dragon, because obviously in Dragon they're getting changed, and you don't want to be rude, and you know,
in Hawthorne, California, flight controllers.
You don't want to like have them you know, you don't want to get them while they're changing, and obviously I don't think they have any cameras currently set up in the Harmony module. Is it Harmony or Unity? I always get those two mixed up. Damn it. Yeah, true. That kind of stuff, you know. Oh, with that kind of stuff, it makes it a lot harder to get things going, you know, with the apartheid stuff. It's a foreign concept here, because like we don't have like on the moon we only have like one peoples, except for, well, you know, our superiors, but you know, we're only rabbits. You know, there's no different races or anything like that. It's not like we have a Lop Moon rabbit race or a Jack Rabbit moon race. It's just one moon bunny. One moon bunny to unite them all. Wait. But yeah, I don't know what I'm rambling on about. I'm running on maybe 4 hours of sleep. Maybe less. Oh, space bunnies have a class system. Well, kind of, sort of. You know, there's like the labor bunnies, and then there's like the ones who are like the middle class bunnies, like me, who are educators, special. How do I put it? Intelligence gatherers who go to Earth and see how close, you know, Earth is to next coming up next is hatch opening, but checking to see, you know, how close you guys are to coming back here and invading us again. And then, you know, above that there's the Lunarians themselves, you know, people like Changa, you know, like almost like near deity levels, you know. Seize the means of carrot production, yes. We do kind of have a bit of a communist system. What? Or I have to say though, I kind of find, you know, the capitalist systems of Earth very interesting. Communist rabbits, there we go. Oh gosh. Does that make me a cosmonaut? Oh, that was a bad joke, I'm sorry. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm not sure how much longer I'll be streaming for. We'll see. Depends on how long it's gonna take, cause it's, oh wow, very early. Oh, speaking of, well, now that I'm thinking about like, oh wait, what does it say? Lapionaut? Hmm? I don't get what that's a, sounds better than Cosmo Bun. Very true. Lapinaut? 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 Wait, what's Lappy supposed to be? Oh, Lapine, Cosmonaut, Lapinaut. Oh, I get it. Kind of an interesting thing. Oh, yeah, I'll have to think about that. I'm not even sure where the, like where Astro and, oh, okay, that makes sense. Lapine is rabbit. Gotcha. Okay, I get you. Hmm. Oh my gosh, I totally. Although I think, like, so Quicula, I think it would, but that would be like saying, you know, like a rabbit sailor. Wait, but wouldn't that be like Sailor Moon or a Lunanaut? But a Lunanaut would actually no, a Lunanaut would be I need to actually come to think about it, I'm getting closer to 100 subs, and there was a couple of things I needed to do, including make a fan, or I was probably going to like release a fan name. I still need to do that. I think it's something like Rabinot, but what was I? Gosh, what was I trying to get at? Now I'm like, I just thought right now, ooh, what about Lunanaut? But then I realized not N-A-U-T like that. Am I thinking like Latin or there's in? No, it's Greek. In like Greek or something, not means like sailor. So it'd be like moon sailor or sailor moon. Lunanaut. But no, that isn't really on brand for me anyways. That seems more like another VTuber named Luna. Not Hoshino or what's her face Luna. Not the cute princess no, Luna, but the or the moth Luna, but the space what was her the space alien who crashed here on Earth, Mira Luna. Who I actually did a Hoshinova Luna. What? Who's that? Oh, I'm so sorry. I am gone right now. So like half of what I'm saying right now is just ramblings. I'll be quite honest. Muna. No, that's Muna, not Luna. Why? What the hell am I? What am I saying? Did I just take two Hollow Livers and like mix their names together? Oh my god, I did. No, wait. No, it's not. No, it's Luna. This is you know what, we're putting this up. Is it gonna work? Are you gonna work for me? Okay, I guess you won't work. Work. Okay. Yeah, I tried to pull up an image. Now it's not working at all. Oh, it's because it's a web app. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? No, I'm the Hololive who's a moon goddess is Muna. Okay. No, but I said, but then there's what's her face? Hime Mori Luna. That's the cute, the cute queen person, and then there's Muna who's I don't know if she's. I thought she was a diva. Oh gosh, here I am in a here I am in a space stream, and I'm talking about Hololivers. Figures it would be. Yes, the pretty pink battle princess. Yes. I was actually at I watched her 3D debut live. That was interesting. And they had that other one on stage with her, except she was a cow butler, and then Luna killed her, I think. Okay, good. That is. I had to make sure my sources were right. Speaking of VTubers, though, technically, well, yeah, there's actually one other VTuber right now that I can see that's actually live, that's streaming this as well. Now would be I don't know if you've heard of her. I could link her channel. And I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. Usui Clear. I vaguely remember it like a fever dream myself. Yes, it was a fever dream, wasn't it? But yeah, that's the other Rocket VTuber out there. So she's primarily just like how, or she's primarily Japanese, while I'm more English speaking and rabbit speaking. In case anyone's curious, we have our own language I'm just very proficient in English. Let's just put it that way. Also, our language uses our ears like little, you know, like we just kind of like flop our ears, and that's how we communicate. Mm. Semaphore. Yes, semaphore ears. Oh gosh, now I'm just like in ancient times on the moon. Rabbits would in order to send messages long distances, rabbits would stand like 30 miles apart from each other and send coded messages through their ears. Very true. They'd call them semaphore rabbits. Oh, that's what she's doing. Huh. So yeah. Oh my gosh, this is like a just chatting stream, isn't it? Oh, that'd actually be really cool. I only know the word because motorcycles were supposed to have little, or supposed to have have little electric lighted semaphores originally. Oh, I only learned the word from a Tom Scott video, which if you want to learn a bit more about the human world, those his videos are great, like the small little snippets and whatnot. Like I only like I learned about like the semaphore lines where back in the days, even before telegraphs, they just had like lines of these like semaphore stations that would literally they'd have coded messages. And they'd literally some person made like a bunch of money off of a scam, like the first wire fraud, literally. Mm. I think in about 7 minutes from now, I'm gonna be calling it a stream or no, wait, would it be 5 minutes? Yeah, 7 minutes from now, I'll probably be calling it. So, because like I said, it's pretty much it's pretty much a closed book at this point. You wanna? Oh snap! You wanna read about vintage scams? Yeah, sure. I'm always up for interesting stuffs. Try a storm glass. Cool. I'll have to look that up. Thank you. I don't know. For me, one of the things I do sometimes to pass the time is just read the random, read and watch random stuff on the internet. Like whether it be learning about trains or like 1800s weather prediction tech that fooled the world. Oh, is this like quack stuff? Figures. If you do this, you'll be able to predict the weather. You'll be able to see everything. Oh, it's the future today. Like all it is a stick. Exactly. Is this like one of those like weather rock things? Where you literally have like a rock suspended on like a tripod? and it just says stupid stuff like, "Oh, if the rock is wet, then it is rainy." A glass ball that snows or fogs, and then that's supposed to mean something. Ah, figures. You can buy one now for about $10, but they are pretty things on desks. Yeah, figures. It's like an executive's toy. Hmm. Oh, one of these things. Okay, yeah. That's kind of cool. Late night, though. It's you or CR. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah, though, it's like, that's the thing. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm is an elder being sometimes, I swear, because like it sucks you into it. I'll be quite honest. You know, you'll be like watching one thing and whatnot, and then by the end of the night, you're learning about the trench effect and the King's Crossfire that literally killed like 31 people. It's like, oh, oh, an escalator fire literally caused the deaths of 31 people in the London Underground. Jeez, it's horrible. Or there was the times where I just literally just kept watching like what were they called, or like air disaster videos. Escalator grease don't play. Well, the thing was is it wasn't just the escalator grease. It was also, yeah, it was made out of wood, and the fact of the matter is that there was a bunch of rubbish, rat fur, because rats in subways, heck yes, that's like their paradise. I should know, I'm part rodent anyways. um uh and all type of refuge that kind of just made a nice little kindling there. And then you know they were baffled by the fact that like the escalator literally like the fire literally started to like point down towards the escalator, and then just kind of flared up immediately. And because it was in a confined area and whatnot, and it just went straight up the uphill and just caused a flash fire. That's kind of terrifying. I'm kind of glad we don't have that kind of like we don't really have the issue too much of fires up here. Let's just put it that way. But like I've also heard that after they discovered this effect, they realized, oh crap, this is the same thing that happens with wildfires. DNR might be up your alley. A historian with a mechanical mind explains every gun from World War One and the stories on how they were invented. Ah, interesting. Yes. Another weapons channel I would recommend that I've seen recommended was that I've seen is Forgotten Weapons, aka, as I think some humans call him on the internet, Gun Jesus. Oh, he's an interesting guy. Let's tune back in. I've actually had this muted for a bit. So, yeah, there's nothing going on right now. They're getting final checks. Yep, Ian. Yeah, he's a short overview. So I'm guessing this guy like goes into like very descriptive. Huh. That's cool. Oh, wow. Okay. They are friends though in crossover. Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, as weird as this sounds, moon rabbits have a fascination for weapons, like especially guns. Don't ask. Add-in fights and use and evolutions. Oh, okay. All right. They're complex. They're complex mechanical interesting mechanical instruments are those are interesting. Okay. Yeah, though. Anyways, so they should be doing hatch opening in about. Oh wow! Look at those views from the ISS. Gosh, such a beautiful thing. It's over 20 years old.
Hard line. We are ready for comm checks with SpaceX, ISS, and Houston.
Have any new? The louder they are, the more dangerous and the more complicated, the better. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do the whole thing. So, one last question: is that stainless steel or aluminum? On the, are you talking about on the the module? I think I want to say it's probably aluminum. So, yeah, I thought so. The ISS modules, yeah. I think they're they might be aluminum because they need to be a bit lightweight and so. But I cannot I can't confirm that or not. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you, Case or Coyote. For hanging out and chilling. But yeah, I will. I do have a D&D stream tomorrow, and I should have my schedule posted tomorrow on Twitter and whatnot. Gosh, I hope one of these days I hope I can get a community tab. But for now, I'm gonna call it, and yeah, I'll see you later. And thank you for again. Thanks for coming.